Hey guys, it's Pam. Welcome to today's video and a special welcome to my Greenly family. It's great to see you all again. Again, this week, I want to encourage you to give yourself a big pat on the back for anything this week you did that was just a little bit greener than you normally do it. It's all those little small things that add up, and so you deserve, again, another round of applause. So if you're new to my channel or my videos or my blog, welcome. I am really all about trying to do our part to live green every day. But I'm all about doing that in a way that means making just small tweaks, small changes to the way that you normally live life, the way your family normally does things, and just tweaking them to make them a little bit greener. So welcome. Today I want to touch on how to pack a waste-free / more eco-friendly lunch. Now, I realize that many of us are still not leaving home. Our kids are doing school virtually, perhaps. You're still working remotely, and so you don't really have a need to pack a waste-free, more eco-friendly lunch. But I do know that some people are starting to go back to school, even if it's half-time, maybe going into the office sometime. So I want to touch on how to make your lunch that you may be bringing with you more eco-friendly. So first of all, by the way, I do have a blog post all about this that I'm going to link to below, but I do want to kind of touch on some of the highlights from the blog post. So let's dive in and let me give you a few tips so you can get started. Okay, so first of all, when I talk about a low waste, eco-friendly lunch, well, what does that mean? Well, I usually look kind of at a really big picture, and I want to look at, are the materials that were used to make the lunch bag produced in a sustainable way? What can I do with the wrapping on my sandwich after I am done using it? Can something be composted, recycled, reused, that kind of stuff? So I, kind of look at a bigger picture. So it's not all about like, can I recycle it? Does it create no waste? It's a little bit more than that. So anyway, so let's jump in. And obviously the first thing that you are probably going to think about when you think about taking your lunch with you, either for your kids to go to school or for you to go to work, is the whatever you put it in. And obviously, my first pick is something reusable. There are a couple of choices on my website that are on Amazon I found that are one kind of more adult lunch bag, one more for kids, that are both made from sustainably made materials. And so I think one of them is made from organic cotton. So, that's produced in a way that's more environmentally friendly, organic cotton is. And so that's a great choice for an eco-friendly lunch bag. Now, you probably have, various lunch bags and things at home, so just reuse those. But the point is to keep it, don't use a plastic bag. Especially if you've already got lunch bags at home, just use those, something that's reusable. If you're starting fresh and you want to buy something new, then I would say, back it up and see what materials are used to make that lunch bag. So that one's pretty straightforward. Snack bags are another big piece of a waste-free lunch. And, I would skip the zippered top plastic bags. Now, those can be recycled in your plastic bag recycling, and I will leave a link to a video up here as well as a blog post that goes into more details about what types of plastic bags you can recycle. But if you're, again, starting fresh and you don't have any snack bags, I would skip the plastic zip tie bags and go with something reusable. For example, Lunchkins makes a great reusable snack bag. It's washable, so that's cute. They come in tons of patterns, lots of different sizes. I'll link to that as well. It's linked in the blog post. These sort of reusable plastic bags I will link to as well. These are definitely reusable. These are great. They come in lots of different sizes too. This one's kind of big, but I think there's one that comes in like a size like that. So that's a great alternative to a plastic zip top bag. I think this is silicone. That's why this is great. But I'll leave a link to it as well. So for snack bags, a couple of different options, and there are a few linked in the blog post as well. In terms of food containers, if it's for you, something glass, I can understand not wanting to send a glass container, with a 7-year-old to a busy lunchroom. But there are other alternatives besides glass. You know, I try to stay away from plastic, and on my on the blog post there are a couple of options for like a stainless steel container. Some of them are divided, some of them are separate, and you can use a bunch of different ones depending on if your kids, you know, can't have their food next to each other, which I get. So so those are a couple of options for containers. Let's see, drinks. I know that milk boxes, juice boxes are super convenient, and I totally get that. If that's the thing that works for you to throw in a lunchbox, I get it. At our elementary school, and I believe our middle and high schools, although I'm not sure how many high schoolers are bringing juice boxes, but in any case, we had in our county, we can recycle paper, milk, and juice boxes. So you know, that's one way to be waste-free and eco-friendly, is to actually recycle it after the fact. So if that's what works for you, you know, you might want to talk to your kids about looking for a way to recycle those after, or bring them home and then you can recycle them if that's something you can do in your community. I know there are some communities that don't accept those, but another choice obviously is something like a stainless steel reusable bottle. Like this one is a Swell bottle that we have. We have a bunch of these. In the blog post, I linked to a couple of different options, including like a really mini kind of, I'm not sure if it's made by Swell, but it's a mini stainless steel bottle that would be great in a lunchbox. So those are a couple of options for that and how you can keep that more eco-friendly and waste-free. If you're sending utensils, you don't have to send plastic disposable utensils. You could, like I started doing, send just, you know, regular utensils. And I think I bought a stash of IKEA or maybe Target, just regular utensils, and started throwing those in. Now, there's a chance they might not come back, especially if you have younger kids, but you know, try it. You might be surprised. The other option I got through Mighty Nest, through their Mighty Fix subscription monthly service, is a set of reusable bamboo utensils, which I think are really nice. And you know, maybe that's more for you or the adults in your home who are taking lunch, because you know, it comes in a really cute container. Although, you know, kids surprise you. They might just bring all this back and it might be great. But those are two options for reusable utensils. You don't have to send plastic. Although there are, I think Preserve makes some utensils that are made from recycled plastic that can be recycled. So that's kind of a plastic-like option, and I can link to that as well for you. Straws, you can definitely send a stainless steel straw. You can buy packs of these, and again, you're hoping they make it home. So stainless steel straws too. Okay, so that's utensils. For napkins, you know, I started sending, we don't use paper napkins or paper towels in my house. And I can link to a blog post as well about how to give up paper towels and paper napkins in 6 easy steps, because it's really not that hard, and we survived. So I don't send paper napkins in lunch boxes. I have a stash of, you know, just inexpensive cloth napkins that we use here at home that I just throw into a lunchbox if needed. I did link in the blog post to some really cute cloth napkins on Amazon. One set has these really cute, like, you know, inspirational messages, like one that says like "you rock," and they're just super cute. So, you know, that's another fun option if you want to get creative. And again, you're hoping that they make it back and don't end up in the trash. So oh, the other thing that I wanted to, you know, as I'm talking about these items, some of them, you know, are a little more expensive than just say your plastic throwaway, you know, zip top bag, or like the glass container. That's more expensive than, you know, a disposable set of plastic containers. And so you might want to, if you don't already have one, consider getting a label maker and, you know, literally labeling, you know, the bottom of your, you know, more expensive stainless steel food container, or you know, the inside or the back of your reusable snack bag, or even, you know, if you're going to be using, you know, a bottle like this, it's not cheap, and I get that. But, you know, you think about it's reusable. You're going to use it over and over and over, again, assuming it makes it home and that you can reuse it. But, you know, it is a little more pricey. So you might want to label things in case it gets misplaced at school. Maybe you leave your water bottle at work, and that way it can make it back to you so you can continue to reuse it. So real quick, the last thing I want to mention is in terms of packing a lower zero waste, more eco-friendly lunch, is that you want to consider the packaging that the food that you're actually buying to put in your lunch is. So for example, you just want to aim for as little packaging as possible. So instead of buying like the mini individual packaged, bag of chips or, container of Oreos, buy the bigger bulk size, because that's going to be in the end less packaging. The other thing is when you're buying, fruit, I know it's super convenient to grab like the mini bags of like sliced apples, but buy the whole apple. And better yet, don't get a plastic produce bag. Use a reusable produce bag that you can use over and over. I can link to those as well. Those are super handy. And skip the plastic packaging altogether. I know it's super convenient to do some of those things, but it's a really small change to go from buying sliced apples in a plastic bag to a bag of apples using your reusable produce bag. You do have to cut them, but it's a really small change. I personally think it's really worth it, and it's not that much more time. So I think that's it. Those are some really quick tips that take 1, 2, 3, all of them, whatever works for you. Again, I'm all about making really small changes. I think if you try to do too much, you're going to get overwhelmed, and you're going to say, oh, this is really too hard. I can't make all these changes. I can't live green. I can't help save the planet. But you can pick something small, pick one thing to, it could be about lunch. It could be about the way you grocery shop. It could be how you use water in your house. Really, there's so many tiny changes that you can make. I do have a free list that I'll leave a link to as well. 20 green habits you can start today, including why you should, a little blurb about how making that habit change actually helps the environment. So I'll leave a link to that too. It's free. It's a great place to get started. Pick a habit, let your family know you're going to do things a little bit differently, and then give it a try. So anyway, so that is today's video. I hope that's helpful. I hope you guys are doing okay. And that things, however they are for you in your communities, are starting to feel normal, and that everybody's happy and healthy where you are. So anyway, thanks again, and I will see you all soon. Okay, take care. Bye.